So everyone know what HTML and CSS is used for. So I'm gonna just brief about how to where and when HTML and CSS is used. Okay. So HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Okay, so where is it used? It is used in building web pages. Okay, HTML is used in building web pages. You take any web page, even if you take this class is made on top of HTML. Okay, you take any website, Facebook, Yahoo, Google, it's all made using HTML only. So that powerful is HTML. So HTML is very powerful if you want to stay on the internet, if you want to bring your business to online, if you want to bring a website application or even mobile applications. In mobile applications, the front end is made using HTML only. Okay, CSS stands for cascading style sheets. Okay, so where is this used again? Okay, we know HTML is used to building web pages, but to add colors and backgrounds and more, okay, to be precisely saying, to add styles to web pages, we need CSS. So these two are very powerful. When combined together, you can make any web page. So those web pages which are made using HTML and CSS, so those web pages which are made using HTML and CSS are called static web pages, because the websites are just like that. There is no action on web pages. They're not dynamic. Dynamic websites are those websites which change every time, but here using HTML and CSS you can build static web pages. So by the end of this particular class, this course, I'm sorry, not class, by the end of this course you guys will be knowing how to design static web pages. Okay, so most of the guys will be knowing about this who are the course aspirants here. So here let me just describe a few more things here before we see what is HTML. So what do you need to know to learn HTML? Absolutely nothing. You don't need any programming language experience before to know about HTML. HTML is built for those people who have no programming knowledge experience. But there are certain things you need to know. You need to know about internet, what is a browser, okay, what is a notepad. So that's it. You need to know only these three things. Internet, however, you know internet because you are here because of internet. You are here because of a browser. So even I say these two things closed. But you need to know what is notepad. Okay, so notepad is your notepad in your in your systems. Okay, here I call notepad on Windows machine. Gedit is what is called in Linux and Macs. Okay, so notepad, all you need is a notepad to learn HTML and CSS both. Alright, so that's about it. And the software, as I said, you need to have notepad. Here we'll be using Chrome and Notepad++. Notepad++ is a free software. You can download that. It's free to use. It's a free software. Go ahead, download it. Okay, it will look something like this. Let me share my screen here. Oops. Can you see my screen? Yes? If yes, I can go forward. Yeah, so this is Notepad++. Alright, so let me just start writing here. So here again, let's start HTML. Okay, HTML is all about tags. So the things which we write in HTML is called tags. So tag always starts with a greater than symbol and ends with a less than symbol. In between there is a tag name. Okay, there is a tag name. Tags, if you see this symbol, oops. Okay, let me just write here. So again another tag name. So every tag ends with this notation. This is a syntax to end a tag, saying that tag is ended. This is syntax to start a tag. In between you write your content. In between you write your content. So this tag, okay, why tags again? Because a browser understands only tags. So if you want to make a text bold, if you want to put an image onto your websites, if you want to put a link onto your websites, if you want to make a table on your websites, forms on websites, for everything you need a tag, because browser understands only tags. So if you want to put a link, image, table, form, list, anything onto your web pages, you need tags, because browser only understand tags. Alright, so that's about tags. You don't have to remember anything. All you need to remember is only the tag names. So we only discuss about the important tags which we encounter in our day-to-day programming or HTML programming. Okay, so the first tag in HTML to write on top of every page is this. This is called document type. Okay, I'll also describe one more thing here. This is a comment in HTML. So this is a comment. A comment is something which is not read by the browser. So if you write anything in between these two tags, this is one opening and this is closing. If you write anything in between, that means it's a comment. So browser won't read it. Browser will ignore it because it's just a comment. So why comments? To make people understand what is that tag. Like say I write, this is our first and foremost tag, HTML. Everything should be written inside this only. So here I'll write a comment. Everything should be written inside this only. Like this. So comments are used for just making you understand. So the next tag we write here is a head tag. So that's a closing tag and head tag. So here again inside head tag we'll write a title. So this means this is the title of our page. So let's just put this is the title of our page. Okay, so that's the head part is over, and then we have a body part. So body part is the actual content, whatever you see on your websites, okay, on your web pages, that is inside the body. So here I'll write this is my first HTML page. So that's it. You are now a HTML developer. So you are now a HTML developer. If you know this much, that's it, you're done. I'll show you how easy it is to write a HTML. So let me just remove these comments here. I don't want these comments because I've already explained it. Okay, don't worry about this. All your classes are being recorded. Tomorrow you will receive an email saying that the availability of the recorded class, and everything I write here is again available as downloadable content, so you don't have to worry again. Okay, so on my desktop, let me just put what is today, October 20, right? So we are starting a new course on October 20. Here I'll write my first.html. So this is my first HTML page. So where did I save? I saved it on my desktop. So I go there. Here it is. This is our folder, and I double click this. See, this is my first HTML page. Alright, so this is it. Now you are a HTML developer. You see, this is our title. This is the title of our page. So let me just change the title here. So I'll change this as first HTML code, and also change this here also. First HTML code is very exciting. So let's just see. I'm gonna refresh this. This is the refresh. You have to refresh the page to see the. You see here the title. Look at the title. First HTML code, and first HTML code is very exciting. So this is it. Now you are a HTML developer by writing only one piece of code. Alright. Now let me write here another thing. This is. Let me just write that in a new line. This is the second line in my first HTML page. Okay, that's my second line. So let me just refresh this. But even though I have written it in a second line, it appears in the first line, right? So how do I do it? For that, I have a tag in HTML. Remember, HTML is all about tags. The browser cannot understand plain text, but it can understand tags. So the tag for new line is br in HTML. So I'm going to write comment here. Okay, br stands for line break. Okay, so this will push the content to next line. It will add just a line break. So let's just see here. See, new line. Okay, let me just zoom this so that you can see it properly. Right, that's the next line. Now we have another tag here which is called paragraph tag. So I'm gonna just write it here. Paragraph tag. So paragraph tag is generally used for content which you need to separate like a paragraph. So you write in paragraphs, right? When you're in school, you will be writing paragraphs, one paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph, just like that. So this is a paragraph. I will write some content here to show in the paragraph. This is the first para. So let's just see here again. Let's go back here. See, paragraph is automatically pushed to a new line. You can see it, right? I'm not using a br here, right? I'm not using a line break here, but still paragraph is being pushed to a new line, and there's a gap also. This gap, regarding this gap, you'll get to know when you learn CSS. Now I want to write this particular thing in a second line. So how do? I use a line break. Right, now you see it comes in a second line. Okay, that's about our paragraph. So yeah, that's about it. So the next tags we will be learning is the header tags. Okay, here I'm gonna write again in comments here. In HTML we have 6 header tags starting from h1 to h6. Okay, starting from h1 to h6. So let's start from h6 actually. This is h6 tag. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. So I'll write here h5, h4, h3, h2, and h1. Okay, let's see here. Let's just refresh. You see, h6. Oops, let's just change that. Here, h5, h4, h3, h2 and h1. So these are only for headings. Okay, usually use h1 only once in your web page, h2 also minimum 2 times, so the maximum 2 times, and h3 is the most common heading. So you call this as the main title, this is the subheading. That's it, plain and simple. So every page will have only one title and multiple subheadings. And h4, h5, h6 are rarely used. Alright. Okay. So the next tag we have, so I mean this is plain and simple, like what you do really remember here, you need not remember anything. Okay, everything is, you can make a reference. Actually, when you get a reference document for every class you get here, the reference document will tell you which tag does what. That's it, plain and simple. h1 is a header tag, main header tag. It should be used only once. h2 rarely used. h3 is used for subheadings. h4, h5, h6 are again rarely used. Okay, then we have two special tags here, div and span. Oops. These are very important tags, div and span. These are used for modern layouts, HTML5. So let me just write here something. Let me just copy some content from somewhere. Let's go to our blog. See, div tag. Div tag is just like a paragraph tag, but there's a slight difference between div and paragraph, which I'm gonna show you. I'll put two paragraphs side by side or one after the other, and also two div tags one after the other. Okay, now let's see. See here, every paragraph has certain gap between each, right? This is the first paragraph, this is the second paragraph. Now come to div, there is no gap at all. So that's the beauty of div. You can use div tag instead of paragraph tag too. No issues with that. When you need a gap, you can use a paragraph tag. Right? Now let's see our span tag here. Span, I'll say my name is, okay. I'll use another span tag. I'll put Tutoslive here. Okay, let's just see. You see, span tag, they can sit one after the other. Unlike div will push you to the next line. This is the first div, this is the second div. Div will push you to the next line, whereas span, you can write as many spans as you can. So such kind of tags, when a content is pushed to the next line, such kind of tag, okay, like div, this is called block level tag. So block level tag, and these kind of tags like span, this is called inline tag.